Hello Africa, welcome to the first episode of the African Football Show. My name is Umchaga. Very interesting week of football. Let's get right into it. Good luck to all the African players playing international football this week. The crazy transfer period is finally behind us. We have Gold Africa head of content Ed Dove picking his top 5.
Here are my top 5 African transfers of the summer transfer window. First of all, I'm going to go for Abdul Rahman Baba, who left Chelsea for Real Mallorca on deadline day. The Ghana internationals had a miserable time with injuries over the last few years since damaging his knee at the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations. But there were signs last season on loan at Stade Reims that he's getting back to his best. And if Chelsea don't want to make the most of that, then I really hope that he can settle and rediscover some top form at Real Mallorca. Another Chelsea player who left Stamford Bridge for Spain is Kenneth Omeru, who finally ended his long stay at Stamford Bridge by signing permanently for Leganes. The Nigeria defender, he was never going to get a look in at Chelsea, even though the club do have a transfer ban and have been turning to youth players. And I think it's finally good that he's got a permanent deal and he's got the opportunity to settle somewhere and to really establish himself at a club. He proved last season he can do it in La Liga, so now it's his chance to really build this next stage of his career. Third, I'm going to go for Nicolas Pepe, who left Lille for Arsenal for 72 million. It's a massive transfer fee, but we've already seen in the early games of the season just how eye-catching Pepe can be with his athletic physique, his speed, his dribbling, his technique, his footwork. And I think he's going to add end product to that as well. Last season he got 22 goals and 11 assists in Ligue 1. And while I don't expect him to match those numbers in England, I certainly expect that he will be a difference maker for Arsenal in the final third. Fourth, a much more low-key transfer is Jordan Ayew, who signed permanently for Crystal Palace after leaving Swansea City following a loan spell last season at Selhurst Park. Last season wasn't a major success for Jordan. He sometimes struggled to get in the team. He was dropped halfway through the campaign, dropped out of the first team halfway through the campaign. But 2.5 million is a punt worth taking. That's nothing in this day and age. And he's already scored 2 in 3 in the Premier League. And even though he may not always be a starter for Palace, he's certainly someone who can come off the bench, put in a good shift, and hopefully could be someone who makes the difference between them having a mediocre season or an excellent season. Finally, I'm going to go for Alex Iwobi, who left Arsenal for Everton on the English transfer deadline day. He moved for an initial 28 million, which could rise to 34 million, which could yet prove to be a bargain for a player who's only 23, who already has experience in the Premier League, and who has some pretty rare qualities. He's already scored against Lincoln and against Wolves, and hopefully Everton fans will get to see the best of this fantastic Super Eagles talent.
That was a large bag of money paid for Nicolas Pepe. The Ivory Coast international is definitely a super talent. But can he handle the pressure of being a star at Arsenal? Speaking of someone who's handling the pressure of playing for a big London team, Chelsea's Tammy Abraham is looking like the real deal week after week. And Goal Nigeria's Sam Amadu thinks Nigeria should consider convincing him to change his allegiance.
Having a quality like Tammy Abraham, young, talented forward, and Tammy, I think it will be a huge bargain for Nigeria. And again, definitely going to be a big loss for England. But at the same time, I think it's really going to be a huge boost. We have in the likes of Tammy, complementing what we're already saying, the great talent in Henry Onyekuru and also Victor Osimhen. I think it will really turn out well for Nigeria, especially in attack. We won't have much worries really going up in any way against any opponent in any future championship. So I think it will really be a great bargain for Nigeria, having to hook down Tammy Abraham. We understand his Nigerian parents, his parents are of Nigerian origin, and again, they are keen to have him play for Nigeria. But again, it's really going to be an important period in time that we need to push harder to secure his future, at least on the international scene.
Thanks, Sam. I hope Nigeria can get it done, my friend. People who are getting it done are South Africa. They've appointed MOLEFINTSEKI as the new head coach for BAFANA. We hear from the man exclusively about his thoughts on his appointment.
There is something that maybe we should try to help the same country that doesn't know much about me.
Yeah.
Because everybody is reporting about me as under 17 coach. I've been with Bafana for the past 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And normally we don't make mention of me being a Bafana assistant coach.
Yeah.
And somehow I'm saying, deliberately people are saying that just to, maybe I don't have the right word to use, just to look down upon my profile. You know, because everybody tends to look at MOLEFINTSEKI as under 17 coach who has been promoted to Bafana.
Yeah.
We don't say much about him being Bafana assistant coach and the achievements that comes along with that. But it's fine. Look, for me, all that is important is your qualities and your personality as a person, as a coach, as a leader. Because coaching has to do with establishing good working relations, giving your best in terms of your work ethic. Because you can't be a good coach if you don't have a good understanding with the players. With Bafana, you can be a good coach if you have got a good crop of players that are prepared to work for themselves, to work for their country.
Congratulations and all the best, coach. It's not an easy job indeed. We also spoke exclusively to Nigeria and Everton legend Joseph Yobo. And here his thoughts on new signing Alex Iwobi and his former club, the Toffees.
Everton is a family club. It's a cultural club that they have a way that they play. The fans are always behind them. This season has not been so good because they have players coming in. And when you sign a lot of new players and a new manager as well, sometimes it does affect the team. You know, the players that are coming in need to be integrated into the squad, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a transition. But obviously, from next season, I think they will have that solidity, they'll have that togetherness, and everything can perform better and start pushing. First, they have to play in Europe. I'll take first 6. If they get to top 6, and from there they can start pushing for the Champions League.
Always the realist is Mr. Yobo. That's it for this week, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the African Football Show. I am Umchaga. Dlala mdlali umhlaba ngowakho.